Hola, humans. This is your boy Derek coming at you with episode 1. Want to thank everybody for tuning in. Y'all are the real MVPs, you know what I'm saying? So with episode 1, I want to set the stage for some things and also touch on some things. A lot of times I have these things in my head where I want to talk about and just get it out. Most of the time when I'm at work, right? I drive for UPS, so the days are pretty long. And so by the time I get done, it's like an hour for me to, once I drop the truck off, gas it up, park it, then, get ready to come home. That's like another 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Once I deliver my last package, I drive back to the hub. That's like 40 minutes. So even when I deliver my last package, it's still like an hour and a half, some change before I make it home. So, I have a lot of time to think, educate myself, and, just kind of reflect on some things. So I listen to a lot of YouTube videos before I listen to a lot of music. But now I just kind of transformed to listen to a lot of informational videos and lectures. And I be thinking about a lot of things that I want to talk about, speak about, ways I want to make videos. By the time I get home, fam, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? I don't really feel like doing anything but taking a shower and taking my ass to bed. I've written down a lot of things in the past throughout my journey, throughout my experiences, and I'm going to be sharing those as well. A lot of memoirs, if you will, of things that I've learned and taught myself when I was going through certain trials and tribulations, if you will. Or I should say just experiences, life experiences. Something that I've always been was just someone that questioned things, right? I got divorced in uh 2005, I think. And I was born Southern Baptist, or I should say I was raised Southern Baptist in the church, you know, um kind of frequent there. Family was heavily involved with church activities, and I would see family members or even just people, period, just wild out throughout the week or on the weekend, you know what I'm saying, then come to church on Sunday and, ask for forgiveness. And then, they would think that they're or forgiven or something like that. And it just didn't like sit well with me. It always just made me wonder. And so, but I never really had the resources or the ability to um, think anything otherwise because of the environment I was in. I didn't practice it heavily like my auntie did, or other family members, but I went to church from time to time. It's just in the Bible, it was just something that didn't resonate with me. I tried reading it. I read it, maybe 5, 6 times. I've had Bibles around me. You know how you open up the Bible and read that verse or those pages that it opens up to. Kind of did that a lot. So, as I got older, once I got married, I was thinking, well, actually, when I was 16, being raised without a father, I was like, yo, whoever I had my first seed with, that's who I'm going to, marry and be with for the rest of my life. I was naive. I didn't know how the world really worked. So fast forward into my divorce, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to do everything that I could do to keep this marriage going forward. And so, I prayed. I talked to Jesus. I talked to God. I just did everything that I possibly could think of to connect with them, to uh, prevent this life changing experience from happening. It happened. In fact, it happened twice. We got Divorced in 2005, and then got remarried in 2007. And oh no, we got divorced in 2005. I think we got remarried in 2006, and then divorced again in 2007. Divorce is like a death, yo. So if you're going through it or been through it, well, if you've been through it, you know. But if you're going through it, you know, I definitely have some advice for you on that. You know, what you resist will persist. So you have to accept it, embrace it, and see it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, once the divorce happened, you know, of course, I was cussing everybody out, and it just made me question things as far as what's really going on, yo. Like, are you serious? I did everything I was taught. I did everything I was told to do. In this case, looking back, hindsight, you know, I did everything I was programmed to do. And now that I'm 50, it makes sense that, you know, why it didn't work. So, after, I guess around 2009, 2010, I saw this, I saw this video on YouTube named Wake Up Call. And I think it's been since deleted since then. And that definitely opened my eyes to a lot of the illusion that we're going through, that we're seeing. And it was really mind blowing. It was life changing. That's when I fell in love with knowledge. And you know what I'm saying? That was when I first started going down this rabbit hole. And trust me, that motherfucker's deep. It's deep. I'm still going through it. And I don't even feel like I'm halfway through it yet. You know what I'm saying? Your boy has really researched a lot of stuff. Been a sponge around a lot of mentors. Shout out to Bro Sanchez, Flat Motherfucking Power. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you just absorb all this stuff, and yeah, knowledge is power, but applied knowledge is really power. It's applied knowledge is real power. You know what I'm saying? So I just started trying to implement these new doctrines inside my lifestyle. And it's like you have to unlearn what you've been programmed and relearn, you know, like reteach yourself what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? You have to question things. You know, just because you have a college degree does not mean that you know what's going on, like what's really good. I've come across people who've had college degrees, who have college degrees, and they just automatically think that because of that, they um, are more superior than you. They know more than you. They're smarter than you. They're more intellectual than you. They think more critically than you. And no, that's not even the case. So don't let someone like that intimidate you. Um, you know, it's just been a crazy journey seeing that we all are in this together as far as this rim. You know, we are being attacked on all fronts. Our water is being contaminated. Our air is being contaminated. Our food is being contaminated. Our minds are being contaminated by TV, news, and things like that. Um, it's just mind-boggling. It's just mind-boggling at times that the people that, or I don't even think they're people, the ones that run this realm or that are in control of this realm uh can just control this whole realm like this. Like everything is on lockdown. You know, it's like they just got those evil laughs just laughing in the background at us like we're just sheep. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. But at the same time, that should also give us, you know, not hope. Well, I guess it could give us hope, but you know, give us like the inclination that we must be some powerful beings if they're attacking us like this, right? Think about it. Why are they attacking us like this? And you know, I feel like the people who I'm attracting, who I will attract on this channel, will understand who they are. You know what I'm saying? If I had to explain who they are to you, then you know pretty much you need to do some catching up. You know what I'm saying? I can help you with that. I can point you in the right directions. So when I think about that, I think like, who are we? Who are we to be um attacked by these more superior beings? You know what I'm saying? It's like they don't want us to know something. Why don't they want us to know so bad? You know what I mean? Like, if we knew who we really were, we weren't created to work 9 to 5s and, the American dream, white picket fence in a home. Like, that's not what we were created to do. You know what I'm saying? That's the illusion. So with that said, that's my purpose. That's my journey, is to find out who the fuck I am, who the fuck we are, how we got here, who created us. Cause think about it. The human body is phenomenal. AI-ish, if you will. It does things without us even controlling it or thinking of what it's doing. It's still doing it like a machine. And that, for lack of a better term, um, is operating like a machine. And it's so fascinating to me. Now, one thing that we also have to realize is that our childhood affects our adulthood. We have like an inner child ego, if you will, however you want to label it, but we all have it inside of us. And I found this out about 3, 4 years ago. So, I really want to spread awareness on these situations. So maybe I could probably help at least one person out there recognize who they are and start creating the life that they want or can have or desire to have. But first, we have to recognize that we are the only ones in our way. So when we are children, well, before I say that, I want to say a quote that I heard. Not a quote, but something that I heard a guy say that was, very high up, if you will. Says if you give him a kid between the ages of 6 and 9, he would tell you exactly who that child would be when they grow up. Think about that. If you give them a child from 6 to 9, no matter who they are, they will let you know who that child will be when it grows up. So, meaning that when we're that young, we are exposed to um, a lot of things that we don't understand or we can't comprehend at that time. So when traumatic events happen to us, and it could be something as simple as your mom, well, let's say in my case, your dad says he's gonna come pick you up for the weekend, and that shit don't happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm too young to understand why it's not happening. But since I can't comprehend it, I or you or whoever is in that situation will start blaming themselves for why it's happening. Right? So as we get older, well, while we're still young, we create coping mechanisms to deal with that. Even though we don't quite understand it, our logic hasn't caught up to our consciousness yet. So we form these ideas and about ourselves, about the world, and we just deal with it. We create them so we can deal with it better, um, create ways to deal with it better, if you will. So as we get older, if those childhood traumas aren't addressed, we still go into our adulthood years with that mentality or that mindset about the world. Now, they notice. They notice. That's why a lot of things are planned the way they are. Think about it. Our ancestors didn't get all these shots and shit whenever we were born. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of vaccines. I understand some of them may be needed, But as the years go by, they increase more. So I that don't that don't add up to me. And I like to question everything. So, you know, once we are adults, we start blaming outside sources for what our own mind is creating. And that's where accountability comes in. People will say, this person made me mad. And I'll be like, well, they didn't make you mad. You allowed them to make you mad. Nah, but for real, that's what it is. People don't get us upset. We allow them to. You know what I'm saying? That's where the mindfulness comes in. And I'm a prime example for that. I go through it every day, you know what I'm saying? So what my point is that now that I have all this information, the only battle I have to fear is, or not fear, I don't really fear anything other than the situations or the stress that I create on my own. Don't fear death. Don't fear the earth blowing up. Don't fear, the devil. Don't fear hell. You know what I'm saying? We create that. We create our own heaven or hell. Now, there are realms which we'll dive into much later on in future episodes. But as far as setting the stage, that's just my beliefs. That's what I believe in, and I'm going to stand on it. Our mind can be our best friend or it can be our worst enemy. So, you know, just be mindful of that. What we think we know is not even close to what we don't know. So we have to recognize what we don't know. And that's my journey. Is I want to know everything. I want to know all of this forbidden knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I am going to close this out. There is a Bro Sanchez live stream coming on soon, and I intend to be there right when it starts, just like the movies, baby. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, if you made it this far, man, just know that you are powerful than you think. You know what I'm saying? As you think about yourself, whatever you think about yourself is not unfortunately, but we all think negative about ourselves. But that creates a negative vibration in our realm, you know what I'm saying, in our world. So we always have to be mindful of that and take accountability for our own decisions, whether they're made consciously or subconsciously, right? Even if you don't make a decision, that's still making a decision. Peace and love, flat motherfucking power. I wish you all a great day, and may you find peace, may you find love, may you find happiness. Deuces.